Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our presentation, a cultural comparison of Trinidad and Tobago versus China. Our group, Emotion Commotion, consists of 5 members: Lauren Islam, Abigail Lequi, Kashmir Phillips, Naomi Brown, and Shamel Kwashi Phillips. Here's a quick disclaimer notice. We do not own any rights to the characters, video clips, music, and images shown in this presentation.
Culture connects us to each other and to our roots. It tells the story of people, their creativity, resilience, and spirit, especially through music, sport, and fashion. Today, we compare the cultures of Trinidad and Tobago and China. While they may seem worlds apart, they share deep values and powerful expressions. We'll explore how music preserves identity, how sports unite and inspire pride, and how fashion tells stories beyond it. From soca to Chinese opera, carnival to handful, Olympic dreams to martial arts, both cultures celebrate what it means to belong. Let's start with the heartbeat of culture, music.
Let's start off with our home country, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is a twin island nation in the Caribbean with a population of approximately 1.4 million people. The country is known for its vibrant carnival and rich culture and has a diverse heritage of African, Indian, and European influences, all of which has contributed to the beautiful history and making of our home island. So let's jump right into learning about our country. Rich and diverse musical history shaped by African, Indian, and European influences. Music evolved as a form of storytelling, resistance, and celebration. Home to globally recognized genres like calypso, soca, and chutney, deeply connected to carnival culture and national pride. Take a musical journey through Trinidad and Tobago, an island bursting with rhythm and soul. Kaiso came from West Africa. Enslaved African used it to express hope, chanting Kaiso, meaning go forward. It evolved into Calypso with lyrics about real life. Icons like Kitchener and Sparrow took it global. In the 1970s, Calypso got a full makeover thanks to Lord Shorty, later known as Ra Shorty I. He created soca, short for soul of Calypso, by adding fast beats and mixing in flavors from funk, soul, and Indian music. Artists like Marsha Montano and Desa Garten made soca the heart of carnival. But there is more. Chutney music, which started in the East Indian community, used instruments like dholka and harmonium to play devotional songs. Over time, it became lively and danceable. Then came chutney soca, thanks to Djibouti Ramnunai, blending both styles into a true carnival feel. Come Christmas. It's time for Parang, a festive style song in Spanish, likely brought by Spanish settlers. In places like Lupino Paramin, folks go from house to home singing and sharing food and drink. Guitars, maracas, and violins fill the air with joy. Let's talk about Rapso. Born in 1970, it's a mix of poetry, music, and powerful storytelling. Brother Resistance was one of the pioneers, blending the rhythm of Shango with sharp lyrics that speaks about civil rights, pride, and resistance. It's music with message and plenty of soul. Finally, the star of Trinidad and Tobago, the steel pan. This instrument was born after African drums were banned. Musicians started with bamboo, then metal. By the 1940s, painting turned into steel pan. In 1951, the Trinidad All-Steel Procession Orchestra played in London, putting the steel pan on the world's map. From Kaiso to steel pan, chutney to rap, music is the lifeblood of Trinidad and Tobago. It's not sound, it's culture, history, and celebration. Now for our fiery side, our love and dedication for sports. Sports in Trinidad and Tobago have strong roots in the colonial era when British settlers introduced many of the games that remain popular today. Over time, the nation developed a proud sporting culture that reflects its multicultural heritage and competitive spirit. The country balances a deep colonial heritage with a vibrant, modern sporting culture and continues to punch above its weight on the international stage. Trinidad and Tobago has cultivated a rich sporting tradition, producing world-class athletes that have gone on to represent the country with distinction in several international events, where we hold some of our proudest athletic achievements throughout the years. They have represented us across multiple disciplines, especially in athletics, football, and cricket, and they have gone on to proudly represent us while making a name for our country. Trinidad and Tobago can be defined as a sport-inclusive society as our country, inclusive of our government and our nation's citizens, acknowledge these athletic accomplishments and those who achieve them. This inclusivity is reflected in the formation of our sporting government policy, community programs, teams, facilities, school competitions, and diverse national representation that have all since been formed in celebration, as well as in hope to inspire and shape more of these athletes to come. Trinidad and Tobago can be defined as a sport-inclusive society as our country, inclusive of our government and our nation's citizens, acknowledge these athletic accomplishments and those who achieve them. This inclusivity is reflected in the formation of our sporting government policy, community programs, teams, facilities, school competitions, and diverse national representation that have all since been formed in celebration, as well as in hope to inspire and shape more of these athletes to come. When it comes to sports inclusivity in our country, gender plays no role. Trinidad and Tobago sports are also disability inclusive with organizations like the Trinidad and Tobago Paralympic Committee, with participants in both the Paralympic and Special Olympics, showing that anything is possible once you put your mind to it. Our cultural and ethnic inclusivity encourages our sporting sector to bring together people of all backgrounds, Afro-Trinidadian, Indo-Trinidadian, mixed heritage, and immigrant communities, creating unity across ethnic lines. With this initiative, it is no surprise that a strong community involvement is seen throughout the country. Trinidad and Tobago, the youth look up to our persevering athletes and are encouraged to participate in sporting activities in hopes of forming possible careers, as youth who pursue sports have a plethora of career opportunities. Sports have become a pillar of youth development and national identity in Trinidad and Tobago, as it teaches discipline, responsibility, time management, and resilience. Through school competitions, community leagues, elite programs, and international events, sports help shape the lives of thousands of young people. All of these are essential to build a better society. A sports inclusive Trinidad and Tobago is one that empowers its youth to reach their full potential both on and off the field. But most of all, it promotes unity and social inclusion amongst youth as it brings together citizens from all backgrounds, promoting tolerance and teamwork.
Fashion in Trinidad and Tobago, a cultural expression. Fashion in Trinidad and Tobago speaks softly but profoundly. It reflects who we are. A single outfit can carry African strength, Indian traditions, European refinement, woven into a uniquely Caribbean rhythm. Bold patterns like the calico and madras aren't just decorative. Their memory, ancestry, and pride stitched together into every thread. In our islands, fashion becomes a quiet language and connections to heritage, community, and to self. Carnival fashion in Trinidad and Tobago is liberation in motion. Costumes aren't just garments. They are stories of identity, creativity, and transformation. In this sacred space, people reclaim joy and express healing through feathers, sequins, and bold designs. From street parades to international runway, our aesthetic radiates Caribbean soul. It's not just about fashion, it's freedom embodied. In Trinidad and Tobago, fashion isn't just style, it's also strength. Designers like Claudia Pegas, Anya Yongchi, and Mailing turn threads into legacy, sharing our stories on global stages. The industry uplifts more than aesthetics. It nurtures entrepreneurship, fuels creative freedom and inspires pride in our roots. Our clothing choices are declarations of resilience and belonging, of who we are and where we're from.
Now that we've looked at Trinidad and Tobago, let's turn our attention to China. China is located in East Asia, known worldwide for its ancient traditions, colorful festivals, and strong global influence. With a population of around 1.4 billion people, it's a culturally diverse nation with groups like the Han, Tibetan, and Mongol, all contributing to its rich heritage. China also has one of the oldest musical traditions in the world, dating back over 9,000 years to the Neolithic era. China music. Music in China has strong connections to Confucianism and ancient philosophy. Historically, it was used in rituals and court ceremonies, especially during the Zhou dynasty. Classical Chinese music was played by scholars and the elite. It's known for being calm, poetic, and reflective, with no heavy beats. The purpose was to encourage inner peace, self-reflection, and harmony. On the other hand, folk music and traditional forms were created by everyday people. These are more lively, upbeat, and focus heavily on community and storytelling. Chinese opera, in particular, is one of the most well-known cultural performances in China. It blends singing, dancing, acting, and dramatic storytelling with vibrant costumes and symbolic gestures. When it comes to cultural significance, Chinese music has always been more than entertainment. It promotes harmony, morality, and unity, and has been used in court events, religious rituals, and festivals throughout the centuries. Today, traditional Chinese music continues to thrive by blending with modern and Western styles, allowing it to stay relevant and reach younger audiences while still preserving its roots in philosophy and tradition. So overall, Chinese music, whether classical, folk, or opera, remains a powerful expression of the country's deep-rooted values and evolving culture. Now that we've explored the sound and spirit of Chinese music, let's turn our attention to another important aspect of the culture: sports in China. Sports have profoundly impacted Chinese society, both socially and economically. Sports in China reflect a fascinating journey that stretches from ancient cultural traditions to modern international dominance. With deep historical roots, a strong government-driven structure, and a growing focus on inclusivity, China's sporting culture offers a unique blend of heritage, discipline, and national pride. Ancient China featured both entertaining and ceremonial sports. Sports were not only physical activities, but were also deeply connected to ritual, military training, and entertainment. Among the earliest forms of performing and entertaining sports were Kuju, an early form of football, Jiju, a game involving horse-mounted ball play, Tuhu, a throwing game involving arrows and a vase, swordsmanship, archery, and charioting. These activities were often displayed in royal ceremonies and festivals, and were considered both a way to promote physical strength and to uphold moral discipline. Alongside these were Kung Fu and Wushu, both of which carry immense cultural and philosophical importance. Rooted in ancient Chinese philosophies, these martial arts were not only seen as physical disciplines, but also as spiritual practices. In today's world, Wushu tournaments are still held across China and globally within niche communities. However,
These sports are not part of the official Olympic Games program, but often showcased in ceremonies, film, and local festivals, symbolizing pride in Chinese cultural identity. The modernization of sports in China began in the late 19th century, influenced by Western education systems and foreign presence in Chinese sports. This era saw the introduction and encouragement of more structured and international sports, such as football, basketball, badminton, and table tennis. These gains quickly gained popularity as they were seen as tools for both physical development and national rejuvenation. The modernization and turning point of Chinese sports also coincided with the larger political movement to strengthen the country's image domestically and internationally through physical fitness and organization. Furthermore, by the 1950s, when the newly formed People's Republic of China began to heavily invest in sports infrastructure, the government built training facilities, developed state funding athletic programs, and began identifying talent from a young age. Sports in China became deeply tied to education and public health. School children were expected to participate in physical education, and the government has promoted nationwide fitness initiatives, such as the National Fitness Program, to encourage active lifestyles among citizens of all ages. Youth are selected from an early age to attend specialized sports schools if they show promise, especially in Olympic targeted sports. Sports became a strategic tool for promoting national unity, discipline, and pride. By the 1980s and 1990s, China emerged as a global sports powerhouse. Among all modern sports, table tennis stands out as China's national sport. It has an elite representation of the discipline and global dominance China wishes to present. The sport's popularity surged in the mid-20th century, and since China has dominated the sport at the international level, securing countless world titles and Olympic gold medals. The rise of ping-pong diplomacy in the 1970s also underscores the sport's cultural and political significance. As for China's contribution to gender equality, it has improved significantly over recent decades. Icons such as Li Na in tennis and Zhang Yining in table tennis have become household names and role models for young women across the country. The state has actively supported women's participation in sports through national funding, equal training opportunities, and representation in competitions. Today, China continues to balance its legacy of traditional sports with its global athletic ambitions, hosting the 2008 Beijing Summer Olympics and the 2022 Winter Olympics further solidified its place on the world sporting stage, showcasing world-class facilities, athlete performance, and organizational capabilities. These events were more than just competition. They were statements of cultural pride, economic progress, and international standing. To conclude, sports in China reflect a nation that deeply values physical discipline, national identity, and international achievement. From ancient martial arts and ceremonial games to Olympic gold and global recognition, China's sporting journey is one of transformation and tradition. While the scale and system differ from that of Trinidad and Tobago, both nations share the belief that sports can inspire youth, unite communities, and represent the spirit of a people on the world stage.
China's fashion. Fashion in China speaks a language beyond words. It's a blend of tradition, emotion, and personal pride. With over 56 ethnic groups shaping its threads, Chinese fashions weaves ancient heritage with modern grace. From hanfu to streetwear, each style reflects values, identity, and belonging. It empowers confidence, bridges generations, and expresses the soul of a civilization through silk and symbolism. Fashion is a visual celebration of human diversity. In China, ethnic groups like Miao, Zhuang, and Tibetan brings centuries of tradition into bold textiles, intricate embroidery, and symbolic designs. Today's designers honor these cultural roots while re-imaging them through a modern lens, blending history with innovation. In every stitch, fashion becomes a vibrant dialogue between heritage and possibility. Wojiao, which means national tide, is more than a style trend in China. It's a bold wave of cultural pride driven by youth reclaiming identity. By blending handful imperial motifs and traditional garments into streetwear, neo-Chinese fashions turns heritage into innovation. It's how the generation stays rooted in history while reshaping its future. Fashion becomes a bridge between legacy and self-expression. Fashion goes beyond appearance. It's emotional armor and personal truth. When we wear cultural garments, we affirm belonging and boost inner confidence. Outfits become quiet messengers of our beliefs, memories, and moods. Through fashion, identity finds voice and emotions. It forms, making style a powerful tool of self-expression and generational storytelling.
In conclusion, both Trinidad and Tobago and China are unique in their own ways, but also share some interesting similarities. As highlighted in the Venn diagram, while Trinidad is known for its vibrant carnival, steeple music, and smaller population, China is celebrated for its ancient traditions, Chinese opera, and large cultural influence worldwide. Despite the differences in language, history, and scale, both countries value music, tradition, and community as key parts of their identity. This presentation gave us a glimpse into their rich cultures, but there's still so much more to explore visually. So to wrap up, we'd like to invite you on a short virtual tour that brings the beauty of both cultures to life through music, visuals, and tradition.